and all this fabrication that North Korea claim they have some toy. In natural sense of it, I've not even seen the North Korean president speaking like President Trump, right? So,
Yes. I
we've seen,
actually suspected
we've
that
seen, we've
it's
seen some
all
mature, we've
it's
seen
all
some
AI, and
maturity.
AI is very
Yeah.
dangerous these
Mhm.
days. These
Yeah.
videos, the
Yeah.
fabrications.
Yeah.
So,
So,
at the risk of interrupting your thoughts, a few people have reached out to me that they've been waiting to be let in to the meeting. Uh,
yeah, yeah.
I don't
I
know
don't
if
I
you've
don't
seen
think there's
anyone.
anyone my in the waiting room at this point in time. Yeah.
Oh, okay, maybe it's
Mhm.
narrow. Okay,
Yeah.
so case in point, Africa, Africa,
Mhm.
Africa.
Mhm.
This is our primary focus.
Mhm.
Um, as it stands right now, thank you for your analysis that we're not at risk of World War III. And everyone knows the world will go up in flames if all the big brothers got involved in this. So it will continue to be perhaps some assault between Iran and Israel and some neighbors, which is it's comforting to a point. It's comforting that okay, the whole world as we know it is not coming to an end, because some of us have started getting our house in order that in case we enter World War III and everyone's gonna die. But thank you, and I really do hope that
Yeah.
your analyses are correct and we're not all running for bomb shelters. But as it stands now, we've had about 7 to 8 days of assault, military attacks, especially on oil infrastructure in the Gulf, on vessels, on refineries, and oil prices globally has started to go up.
Hmm.
How do you think that would affect Nigeria directly, Africa directly?
So let me come back home now. What I mean coming back home is to look at how it's going to impact us in Africa. And that's why we're here. And I will start with Nigeria because Africa is the largest oil producer in that continent. Our 2026 budget was crafted around an oil price benchmark of just $64.85 per barrel. Before the strike on Saturday, 8 days ago, the Brent crude closed at $72.87 per barrel, thereabout. Within 24 hours of the war, it's already $75. It has actually crossed $75 as of this morning. So analysts are projecting it could reach as high as $150 per barrel if that conflict continues. By the time Iran close the Strait of Hormuz as they promised to do. So on paper, all this looks very good for Nigeria. Good news for Nigerian government. Higher oil prices, it means higher FAC allocation. They mean more naira flows to federal, to state, and local government. That may help us narrow our enormous budget deficit. But there's a problem. The other truth is that Nigeria, despite being Africa's largest oil producer, and despite having the continent's biggest refinery at Dangote, we see import significant portion of our refined oil. As of last week Saturday, before anyone at all, the petrol has moved from maybe 900 to it has cost 1,000 naira per liter, right? People already calling, they are complaining. Why? Because we import most of the refined oil. So, because local crude oil supply has been insufficient for Dangote, and this means that the rise in global crude prices also is going to raise Dangote's input, the cost, and that cost will get passed to Nigerian consumer. So what will happen is that the fuel price will go up, the transportation costs will rise, food prices will rise. So the very people who benefit from the higher crude oil supply that we think is going to help us. On the other way on, is going to feel that impact. And Nigeria we've consistently failed to meet our own production target. In 2025, the government set a target for 2.6 million barrels per day, but Africa closure was 1.6 million barrels per day. So it's a big problem. So you cannot benefit fully from that high price environment if you cannot get your product to the market. So the oil windfall, real, of course, it's real, but it is a trap for us. Then there's a threat at home, and we have to be honest with ourselves. Nigeria is not a spectator to this conflict. It is a country with deep internal fractures, and that external crisis can inflame at any point in time. Don't forget, we have Shiite, the Islamic movement of Nigeria.
Dr. Bullard, I don't want us to go there yet. I do not want us to go there
Okay.
yet. We're still talking about the economic impact of this this war.
Yeah. Anyway,
We
like
will get there. We
mentioned.
will get to that.
Oh,
We will
sure.
get to that point.
So now,
because this is the focus of our organization. We're
okay.
still talking about how do you think, when which you've helped us analyze that. Yes, the price of crude goes up globally, but Nigeria may not benefit fully because we still have to import the refined products.
Oil. Yeah.
And so, and everything rotates, our economy rotates around fuel. So when there's a hike in petroleum products, there would be inflation of food products and everything else. Energy prices are going to soar. So Nigeria will undoubtedly feel the impact
Correct.
of this conflict, even as it stands right now. In the coming weeks, there will be a ripple effect of fuel prices going higher and food and everything related to that.
That's right.
So the next question would be, aside from, let's say there was a ceasefire today, if there was a ceasefire today, some people have suggested that if there was a ceasefire right now, the fuel prices will go down back to normal immediately. But to what I have seen, the level of damage to the infrastructure that I have seen, I do not see this repairs happening overnight. How long do you think it would take for the oil market to recover? The infrastructure destroyed across all the entire Gulf, the Straits of Hamas, and all of that. How long do you give? If, say, there was a ceasefire right now as we speak, do you think it would take for everything to get back to normal?
So I listened to an expert this morning, and thank you for asking that question. And that expert said, if you turn off the production of oil for 2 weeks in the Gulf area, to turn it back, the backlog will take several months.